Welcome back. Communities in Paikoro local government area of Niger State are lamenting the poor state of infrastructure in the area. Although rich in the cultivation of the tubers, they lack adequate basic amenities required to make the trade more profitable. Our community report tonight highlights their plea to the government to address this infrastructure deficit, as our correspondent, Emperor Simon, reports.
This long, dusty road leads to the center of Paikoro local government area, which is situated along the Minasuleja Road, about 20 kilometers away from the state capital. The agricultural potential of this locality is not in doubt, as large expanse of farmlands can be seen even when driving around town. The people pride themselves in large-scale yam production, which also forms a part of their staple. Paikoro also boasts of a major yam market, which the people claim attract patronage from within and outside the country.
Almost 36 local states that we have in Nigeria are coming to this market and buy yam. Some of them are buying the yam to the outside country. Some are buying to the Cameroon, to Chad. Here we load them. We experience many things here.
Unfortunately, as significant as this market, there is lack of stalls and other infrastructure support.
What the government could do is to make stalls for them, because you can see we're under the scorching heat of the sun. And this sun too, as we know, with all the enlightenment on ultraviolet rays, not good for the skin, causes sunburn and may give us skin cancer. So when we have stalls, they could place the yams well, and it could be preserved from heat, because such exposure definitely will denature this yam.
In spite of this unpleasant development, the people still attempt to make ends meet, but they would have preferred a better market environment.
The government should know and think on what to do to help the farmers in Paikoro. Because if the roads are good, then people will love to come to this place, at least to get to lift up their goods.
I have married here. I have 6 children. All of them, I do their ceremony here. And I built house here. But all the time we need help for the government.
While the Paikoro market suffers this seemingly lack of attention, healthcare is a major challenge here. And even the only school in Yandai, one of the Paikoro communities, is in a state of disrepair.
There are no chairs in the classrooms. Our children sit on the floor, and we have to keep washing their uniforms.
As far as the government is concerned, they have plans towards helping the Paikoro people.
We are trying to collaborate with private investors to see how we can modernize the activities in these 3 markets and any other thing that will make the markets more viable, more friendly, market friendly, and other facilities to be provided by the government and people intend to go into partnership with.
In spite of these challenges bedeviling farmers in Paikoro, they appear determined to keep tilling the soil in order to earn a living and keep hope of better days ahead alive. Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.
As the dry season marked by Harmattan winds sets in, the National Emergency Management Agency has begun enlightening traders in markets around Kaduna metropolis on fire prevention and mitigation. According to the Northwest Zonal Coordinator of the agency, Mr. Ishaya Chinoko, the sensitization exercise has become necessary in view of the increase in fire incidents during the season.
The Harmattan period of the dry season is often associated with incidents of fire disasters that result in injury, death, and destruction of property. In most cases, the fires are caused by human errors. Recently, several electronics shops at the popular Ahmadu Bello Way in the Kaduna State capital were destroyed in a fire said to have been caused by a power surge. Officials of the National Emergency Management Agency and the Kaduna State Fire Service are at the Panteka Building Materials Market to educate the traders on how to prevent fire outbreaks. Firefighters conduct a simulation exercise to teach the traders how to put out a blaze using fire extinguishers. Traders are also advised to ensure their businesses against any emergency situation.
Our main aim of coming here is to sensitize the marketers on the need to have the knowledge of how to prevent fires, especially in the market. Because anytime there is market fire, a lot of loss is normally recorded.
Fire may be a good servant, but it's also a very bad master. This is at the heart of the advice on precautionary measures when burning refuse or keeping warm during the cold weather from the director of the Kaduna State Fire Service.
We are all aware that during the Harmattan season, a lot of activities are on by people in so many ways to either get themselves warm because of the cold weather, and some of those activities are responsible for fire outbreaks that we experience.
From the observation you have here, you can see they have taught us how to the prevention of fire service, and even if the fire has happened, what do we do? They have not told us that, first of all, this is what we are going to do. At the end of the day, we should be able to quench the fire without having any problem, which is very good development.
Adherence to safety rules and tips, according to the National Emergency Management Agency, could drastically reduce incidents of fire outbreak and the scale of devastation intensified by the Harmattan weather.
We're still up north. Katsina State government has launched a 36 million naira project aimed at 3,000 women across the 34 local government areas of the state. The project, covering the 3 senatorial zones, consists of commissioning of waste to wealth carbonized charcoal center, information technology, women gymnastic and baby daycare centers, respectively.
The wife of the Katsina State Governor leads other women as she commissions the state's Vocational Skills Center, which houses a daycare center and an information technology center. The commissioning coincides with the 2018 graduation ceremony of students of the Katsina State Multipurpose Women's Center, who were trained to manage the state's waste-to-wealth carbonized charcoal center.
So far, we've spent about 36 million. This is covering the 3 zones of the state, Daura, Funtua, and Katsina. We have similar centers. For a takeoff, we are planning to train about 1,000 women to be drawn from all the local governments of Katsina zone first. Then we go on to the other zones respectively.
The project is expected to cost the state government 36 million naira, and women across the state will be drawn from each of the 3 senatorial districts.
I thank the organizer for the initiators who try to bring this thing in hand. I believe this is so good, and I'm sure our women will do all that they can to see that they have been using this. Okay, and I believe this will bring a lot of income generation.
Women constitute over 60% of Katsina State's population, and an initiative of this nature is expected to boost renewable energy in the state and ultimately generate more revenue for the government.
In the meantime, the federal government is reaffirming its commitment to providing scholarship for indigent students to enable them study in both Nigerian and foreign universities. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, said the government has invested about 3 billion naira under the Bilateral Education Agreement, Sustainable Development Goals Scholarship for Girls, and the Commonwealth Scholarship Scheme.
This government is firmly committed to the welfare of its students, both here at home and abroad. and you should know that we have a total of 2,000 students on federal government scholarship in various tertiary institutions within the country, and 2,933 abroad. For students benefiting from the scholarship under the BEA, the Bilateral Education Agreement, we have a total of 753 in 12 countries. The countries with which we have this bilateral agreement: Russia, Algeria, China, Hungary, Morocco, Egypt, Cuba, Romania, Turkey, Ukraine, Tunisia, and Serbia. Let me also use this opportunity to announce the federal government policy on scholarship in terms of documentation and coordination. And this is an appeal to students and parents and all those who are administering scholarships. I think we should try as much as possible to avoid duplication or triplication of demands. Sometimes some people will be enjoying 2 or 3 scholarships, while some others don't have even one.
And now to the arts. At any exhibition, the expectation of any art enthusiast is to be blown away by the thought process of the artist. And that is certainly what Wallace Ejo and Jefferson Johannan provided at Mirdim Gallery in Lagos with the exhibition titled Ascension.
A reality birthed out of a dream. That's how art lovers like to call it. The Mirdim Art Gallery, located at the heart of Ikoyi, Lagos, southwest Nigeria, is anxiously awaiting the visitors that will come for this exhibition by Wallace Ejo and Jefferson Johannan. They are not disappointed as the guests trickle in to support these talented individuals who are displaying the fruit of months of toiling in the art studio, which makes them believe their art is entering a new level.
The word ascension is a very profound word that, has to do with pedigree. Our pedigree as middle artists basically is stand out of, our projections in our different disciplines, what we have been, engaged in basically as painters.
Wallace is a figurative painter, while one will be forgiven to think that Jefferson is a photographer because of his hyper-realistic style of painting, so the audience don't need to look too close to differentiate who has what. They've adopted a technique.
I work with oil, paint, and acrylic, while my friend Jeff works with pastel and charcoal on paper. It was an agreement between myself and him for him to work with charcoal and pastels while I work with oil on canvas, so that when you come here to see this work, you'll be able to tell that these ones are for Ejo and these ones are for Jeff.
Some of the works are instructive, laced with a bit of humor, like this one, which says, "Register your child now and Transformation Nursery and Primary School," which is a rather witty name to call an institution. Their colleagues and students are here to support this show. Dada Oluwaseun was even used as a muse by his Wallace in this painting called Maverick.
It seems to be like an accident when it started. But after the first painting, then every other artist started joining in to paint portrait of me. And in particular, this particular work is titled Maverick, because the artist who painted it felt my ways are not straight, are not pure, are not I wouldn't say in a dubious way, in a negative way, that my ways are just not normal, that I don't act like the normal human being. So I don't know what attracted him to do this, but I feel very, very wonderful, I feel fulfilled, to have something like this painted of me.
And the camera keeps clicking away as more guests are excited to see their ascension and the evidence hanging on the wall.
Still ahead of the news at 10, Rangers International complete a great weekend for Nigerian clubs in the continent as the Flying Antelopes beat Algeria's USM Belhabès 2-0 in the return leg of the CAF Confederation Cup. We'll have more in sports news. Just stay with us.